Right now on DC News Now at 4.
A plan to remove this bike lane here on hold, at least for now. The latest lawsuit on the 15th Street bike lane.
The wind will be making things colder tonight. Meteorologist Scott Sumner will tell you just how cold it will get. Also tonight, 6 people in the hospital, including 5 firefighters after a fire rescue in Prince George's County.
I was like, and I heard my son say, help, help, and he gets escaped by the window.
What we're learning about the conditions inside that home and the question now under investigation. And the dates for the National Park Week have been announced when the special event will celebrate 2 birthdays.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
And thank you for joining us for DC News Now at 4. I'm Mark Hall. Annalisa Gale has the evening off. Here in the district, a plan to remove the 15th Street bike lane along the National Mall is on hold, at least for now. It comes after the Washington Area Bicyclists Association sued the federal government. DC News Now's Marielle Carbone joined us live on the National Mall. Marielle, what is the status?
Well, the National Park Service will not remove these bike lanes until at least March 30th. That is a full week delay. This lawsuit alleging that the government did not follow proper protocol and procedure, giving the public a chance to weigh in on all of this. Now, according to the lawsuit specifically, the government did not consult with the National Capital Planning Association, among other things. Beyond that, WABA argues it'll make this area more dangerous. In fact, a study by DC's Department of Transportation found that the bike lanes reduced all crashes in this area by 46% and increased the speed through the corridor by 17%. Now, the bike lane here, it connects riders coming from Capitol Hill down to the Wharf, the Jefferson Memorial, and more.
I've been everywhere, and I can tell you that the places with the bike lanes are the safest places. And I hear the less honks. When I'm like on roads where there are no bike lanes, I have no choice but to take up the road, and it makes everybody mad.
Now, WABA is seeking a temporary restraining order, hoping to delay this removal by more than a week and possibly entirely. We've got more on the story coming up on DC News Now at 5. Reporting live from the National Mall, I'm Marielle Carbone at DC News Now. All
right, Marielle, thank you. The Department of Homeland Security's partial government shutdown now on day 38. And airport security workers are among those not getting paid, leading to travel headaches and long lines across the country. The president now putting ICE agents in 14 airports nationwide to help. Now, here in the DMV, they're not expected at DC airports, at least for now. And lines at Reagan National have been relatively smooth with similar conditions at Dulles. But at BWI, passengers are being urged to arrive up to 3 hours early. The president saying that the move would help keep airports safe.
My idea, first person I called was Tom Homan. I said, what do you think? He said, I think it's great. Then I saw today there was some masks on. I didn't think the masks were appropriate. I put out a statement and I asked them, would it be possible to take off the mask? Because they should wear a mask when they're dealing with the murderers and the thugs let into our country.
Well, the president also saying that if ICE isn't enough, that he'll bring in the National Guard. Meantime, the union representing TSA workers pushing back, saying that airport security requires specialized training that ICE agents don't have. And while they're not expected at Reagan National, travelers still have opinions.
Heard they said they wanted to guard doors. You know, well, maybe that'll help. But as long as they're not touching the equipment or, you know, dragging people out to get their IDs. As long as they're not doing that, then okay, give them something to do.
TSA agents are trained to do airport security and ICE agents aren't. And so there's no reason they should be at any airport.
Ahead at 4:30, DC News Now's Raquel Martin breaks down how negotiations are going on Capitol Hill to end the shutdown. Meantime, President Trump says that he will not make a deal on funding the Department of Homeland Security unless Democrats back the Save America Act. The president says that the SAVE Act is the most important piece of legislation before the U.S. Senate. That bill would tighten federal voting requirements such as requiring photo identification. It would also require that people voting by mail include a photocopy of their ID with their ballot, potentially creating new problems for states not set up to review and process those photocopies. And for more information on the partial government shutdown affecting TSA workers and airports and what the SAVED Act is, you can visit our website at dcnewsnow.com and just search DHS. All right, we are one step closer to peak bloom. The National Park Service announced this morning the blossoms have reached stage 5. Now, this stage, called the puffy blossoms, you see on your screen, officials say that they expect peak bloom to be this week. Let's head over to meteorologist Scott Sumner with a first look at our forecast. Scott, obviously the Cherry Blossom Festival, very exciting. The blooms equally as exciting. What a weekend we had. My question is, will this week be a repeat or not so much?
Well, it just depends upon what type of repeat you're looking for there, Mark. That's a big question. I can tell you right now there's going to be a repeat of kind of a roller coaster ride up and down with temperatures here. But let me step out of the way and you can see what I'm looking at here. Cherry Blossom stages, again, we just talked about it, but it's worth noting we've only got one more stage to get to, and that is peak bloom, and that's going to be right around the corner here, you know, in between, I think, March 28th or 29th through April 1st or 2nd. So, as noted, we've got some wind gusts, and they're pretty much up there in the 20s and 30s across the map. DC at 32, Manassas at 34, Leesburg coming in at 34, Frederick 33 miles an hour. But this is really impressive here. A 24-hour temperature change of 41 degrees. Below where we were just 24 hours ago. That's at Kaiser and Winchester. 18 degrees cooler in DC. So, my goodness, we have had a drastic change across the entire DMV. And we even have a wind chill now that's in the 30s in Kaiser, Cumberland. Now, not quite that low here in DC at 56, but still with that wind, it doesn't feel all that great. And if you're walking your dog tonight, well, the clouds will be decreasing and temperatures will be in the 40s. Mark, back to you.
All right, Scott, thank you. Right now, 6 people hospitalized after a morning house fire in Prince George's County. One of them, a man pulled from the basement of the home along with 5 firefighters being treated for injuries. All expected to be okay. That's where we find DC News Now's Randy Bass. He's at the scene in Landover Hills. And Randy, obviously, family members thankful this could have been a much different outcome.
Yes, it was quite a dramatic rescue this morning here along Allison Street in Landover Hills. An emotional mother telling me her son went back inside to save the family dog, escaping through the basement, escaping the smoke and the flames billowing through the house this morning. It all happened right around 7:30 today. Her 25-year-old son and the family dog both escaping through a window, treated by firefighters. He's now recovering at a DC hospital, she tells us. Prince George's County Fire and Rescue says about 4 firefighters had minor burns. Another hurt their back. All 5 of them taken to hospitals for treatment. Firefighters say they're investigating whether the home had working smoke alarms, but the mother of the man who escaped tells us their home did not have them. And as for what's next for her and her family,
it's terrible. It's terrible. But we're stable, yeah. I don't know what I'm going to do, but at least we have a life, and my son, he's stable.
as you can see there, she's just very, very grateful her son is okay. As for what caused this fire, it's not clear at this point. Both Prince George's County investigators and investigators from the ATF, Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms, were here on scene combing through that rubble today. Coming up on DC News Now at 5, we hear more from that mother describing the dramatic rescue here earlier today. In Landover Hills, I'm Randy Bass, DC News Now.
All right, Randy, thank you. Bomb squad crews are back at Fort Washington Park after more explosive devices were found this morning. Officials say that 5 suspected pipe bombs were already rendered safe Sunday before crews had to stop at sunset. Well, today, additional devices discovered, and crews are working to safely remove them. Several agencies, including the FBI and the ATF, are now investigating, and they say that there's no current threat to the public, but if you see something suspicious, don't touch it. Call 911. Maryland State Police say that they arrested a man who was suspected to be under the influence after crashing into a trooper in a work zone on I-270 in Montgomery County. Investigators say that the driver hit the trooper's marked cruiser from behind while the trooper was setting up traffic control Sunday night. The suspect then tried to leave the scene but was quickly taken into custody. The trooper was hurt and taken to the hospital, but has since been released. And officials say that this marks the third trooper hit by an impaired driver just this weekend. Today, President Trump saying that he is on hold, or he's going to hold off on strikes against Iranian power plants and energy sites for 5 days. In a social media post, the president cited that he had called what was a very productive discussions over the weekend about ending the conflict. He said that those talks will continue through the week, and they pause all the military action, and it also depends on their progress. The president had previously threatened military action if Iran did not reopen the Strait of Hormuz by Monday evening. Well, as the war in the Middle East continues, we're stretching your dollar here at home. Now, regular gas now averages $3.95 a gallon, and according to AAA, that's the highest since August of 2022. Well, according to Gas Bunny, on the Virginia side, the Exxon on Ryan Center Way in Loudoun County has gas for $3.69 a gallon. In Maryland, the Safeway on Ridge Road in Damascus has gas at $3.75. Right here in the district, the Costco on Market Street Northeast has gas at $3.79. And you can read more on the war in Iran and find the lowest gas prices in the DMV on our website, dcnewsnow.com. Just search Iran. Well, now to an update out of Germantown. Crews have installed more than 100 feet of new sewer pipe after that major collapse on Liberty Mill Road. WSSC Water says that the pipe is in place and the crews now filling in the area. Emergency work is still continuing and including temporary pumping and checking other parts of the system. Well, the good news, Germantown Elementary School is open today with safety measures in place. A bigger long-term repair project is now being planned. Well, commuter alert, DDOT is closing one lane on I-66 to place new bridge deck panels on the Theodore Roosevelt Bridge. Now, the lane will be closed between 9 p.m. and 5 a.m. and starting today until April 4th. DDOT is advising drivers to plan ahead or use an alternate route. Well, as we certainly need your help, this lost dog wandered into a D.C. fire station last night. The firefighters in Randall Highlands took care of her until animal control arrived. If you recognize her, she is currently at the Brandywine shelter. That's in Southwest.